Hey, is this the recovery office or something that I'm looking for?
Are you Erica?
I am, unfortunately.
Yes, it is. Nice to meet you. I'm Quinton Harper. I'm the head counselor here at Athens Health Recovery Services. So you're here today because the court has mandated you to come finish this program with us after your second DUI. So my role is to provide assistance on managing your alcohol consumption, and the role of this program is to evaluate to see if you will still abuse alcohol after we're finished here. So anything we talk about here stays between us and the court. I have to send everything that we talk about into the court on my notes and recordings. And if you say you're going to harm yourself or harm anybody else, then I have to tell the courts too. But besides that, everything stays between us. Is that all right?
Gotcha.
All right. So do you believe you have a problem abusing alcohol?
No. As a citizen, I'm allowed to drink. That is my right. And they want to act all high and mighty pulling me over when I'm just trying to run down to the store so I can feed myself. I had a few drinks, I'm barely above the legal limit, and all of a sudden I'm this huge alcoholic. Why don't you... It's whatever.
No. I totally understand. That makes a lot of sense. Would you mind doing an exercise with me just to kind of gauge maybe how much you drink?
Sure, as long as this gets us out of here quick.
On average, how many nights a week do you think an adult drinks?
Maybe 5 or 6. Every day's a drinking day. Except Sunday. That is the Sabbath.
And on average, how many drinks do you believe that they consume on those nights?
15, 10, 12. Depends who we're talking to.
Okay, well, the actual average adult only drinks 1 to 2 times a week and only consumes 4 to 5 alcoholic beverages when they do drink. So were your original answers reflective of your drinking pattern?
To be completely honest, yeah, I thought that was, ooh.
Does that worry you at all?
A little bit. But I'm not an alcoholic. Ugh.
So what aspects of your drinking have negatively affected your life?
Oh, where do I begin? So let's just start with the predicament we're in now. I got the second DUI in the past 3 years, and I can't go to as many family functions. My family is just beyond annoyed with me because they got to drive me here, there, all these other places. A lot of my relationships take a huge toll because I'm relying on them to get me where I need to go. And my job's taking a huge hit. It's hard out here.
So it seems like the DUIs specifically have affected your life negatively.
Mainly, and then sometimes between you and I get a little wild on the whiskey. So, depends who I'm out with. Sometimes I get a little rambunctious, and then friendships have went into turmoil, relationships with significant others.
I understand. So focusing on your DUIs, looking back, if you were to say all the things that you just told me to yourself before you got in the car, do you think you would have done it again? Was it worth it, what you were going to do?
No. No. Woo.
So
No, and thinking in retrospect, I can't believe some of my behaviors.
sounds like when you drink, sometimes you are not very responsible or you don't think about your actions.
You could say that.
It also sounds like sometimes you drink a lot during the week.
Here, there.
Do you think you could ever or would ever want to stop drinking, to maybe stop some of these bad things that have been going on in your life?
I could try, and it definitely wouldn't hurt.
Okay, let's talk about what that looks like. So let's talk about limiting your drinking first. How many nights a week do you think you could cut back on besides your normal 5 to 6?
Let's think. I'm at 5 or 6. We could cut down to 3 or 4.
Okay, that's a good start. How many drinks do you think you could cut back on besides your 15 to 20 normal?
Well, I think I could cut that in half. I think I could. Ooh, never mind. 8 to 10. No, 9 to 11. 9 to 11.
Why don't you think you could cut it in half?
I don't know. I don't know. Just take it one step at a time.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. So I just want to tell you, you should remind yourself of the cons of drinking before you start drinking, or maybe if you think I've had too many, you should remind yourself what happens after you've had too many while going through this process. Also, I want to remind you to be kind to yourself going through this process, because alcoholism isn't easy to overcome. It often takes people many times to overcome it. If you beat yourself up, that won't help. So a resource I will give you for the week that I won't see you is your local AA, and I'll write the number down here and give it to you. It's a nice community to sit down and listen with others that have the same problem. And they can also get you a sponsor there. So if you're ever at home and you really do want to drink and you can't reach our services, you can call them and they can talk to you about it.
Sounds good. Sounds like something I might look into.
All right, so just an overview of what we've went over here. You did drink, and it does seem to negatively affect your life, and you do realize that, but you also do really like drinking. So moving forward, we're just going to try to limit your drinking in increments, and then hopefully by the end of this, it won't be a substance abuse problem, and you can go on your merry way and won't have any trouble.
Sounds good. Thanks, Quinton.
Yeah, thank you. It's good meeting with you.
You too. Thank you. Hello, my name is Erica Wilson.
Hi, I'm Quinton Harper.
Nice to meet you. Let's have a seat. So, why we're here today, your parole officer has referenced you over to me. I am a caseworker here at the Department for Job and Family Services. My role is essentially to provide you with aid in areas that you may be lacking in, such as homelessness, poverty, food, types of areas in that realm. So I also just want to make sure that you are aware that anything we talk about in here today will stay between you and I. Unless I feel that you are being a threat to yourself or to someone else, then I am liable to tell someone about that. So, just threw a lot of information out there at you. Just want to make sure we're on the same page. Is everything making sense?
Yeah, I understand.
All right, awesome. So let's talk about you a little bit. What's going on, Quinton?
There's a lot going on. As you know, I just recently got out of jail. I'm living here in town with my mom in a real small house. I've been looking for a job, but it's just been hard. Nobody wants to hire an ex-convict. I've been looking for a long time. My mom's SSI is running low. That's where she got most of her money, and she spent almost all her savings for my court fees and lawyers and stuff. So we're just running real low on money, which makes it really hard to pay rent, and it's really hard to even eat anymore. We're just tired. We don't know where to go. So.
Well, I understand this must be a very difficult time for you and your mother, Quinton. So, as we talk, I just want to let you know I'm drawing out a little eco map that kind of shows branches of areas in your life, that shows strengths as well as some areas we may want to focus on and work on. So, on that note, let's start here. You just recently got out of jail. You are looking for a job. Do we have any prior work history?
Yeah. I worked in a factory for 12 years right out of high school. I worked in a glass factory. I worked my way up, so.
Well, that could also look really, really good on a resume, something like that, some work history. And then, did you graduate from high school? What kind of education do you have?
Yeah, I did. I graduated from high school, and that's the highest education I've received.
Well, that is still very remarkable parts. And
Thank you.
do you or your mother, any of your family drive to provide you assistance in transportation?
I do not have my driver's license, but my mom has a car.
Okay.
And my brother also has a car. He's a pretty busy guy, but he can drive me around when my mom can't. He lives down the street.
Okay, awesome. So I just, as we talk about this, I want to make you aware that we have an array of programs that help and aid and assist you in lots of these areas that we are talking about right now. The first one I want to note is the reentry program. This is a great program that we provide to ex-convicts. It assists in finding employment opportunities. It hosts workshops. Sometimes even if needed be, we provide clothing so that you can come in professional. A lot of good stuff like that. So is that something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, all of those things sound like they'd really help me out right now.
Yeah, and then you say you have good transportation between your mother and your brother.
Yeah.
So it's good, that's good. And then the other area that you noted was you and your mother, since you're looking for a job and she relies on the Social Security income, you're struggling with your rent and your food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me a little more about those circumstances for you.
Well, we're about a month behind on our rent right now, and we don't have the money to pay. We just keep telling our landlord we're gonna come up with it. So we're hoping not to get evicted anytime soon. With the food, my brother helps us out as much as he can, but we just eat canned food. Sometimes we can't eat that much during the day, so without any money or food stamps.
Are you on the SNAP benefits at all?
No.
All right, so that is essentially a government-funded program that gives you a stipend for food so that you can get some food for you and your mom once a month. It's a great opportunity for you, and we should get you signed up.
All right.
But alongside that, we have lots of programs here that could temporarily aid you. Like we have the food and cash assistance, which could also help you with your bills until we find you a job and get you back up and running. We also have food pantry services and a little bit of financial assistance. But
Awesome.
so our website also provides a lot of links and resources where you can sign up for these programs and get acquainted with them. So do you have access to a computer or?
Oh yeah, I live right down the street from a library. That's where we use the computer. They have a bunch of them.
Okay, that's awesome. So we, just to give a little recap, we talked about your job and available opportunities for that, your food and rent. Are there any other areas that you want to talk about today?
No, those are my main concerns, and you've helped a lot.
All right, so if we just want to take a look at this, make sure I got everything documented right.
Yeah, everything looks good.
All right. Well, if you have any other further questions, I'll give you my number and you can take this home as well. I have a copy of it. And then your reference is I'll send that over to Sean, who will take care of your reentry program. So,
All right, thank you very much.
yes, it was awesome to meet with you.
It was good to meet with you too.